And good evening and welcome to another edition of the Ralph Report Wrestling Edition. Oh my gosh, what a second night of Survivor Series. It was better than the first night, actually. And the surprise came at the end of this night. Brock Lesnar is back. And the F5 John Cena after John Cena had been through a brutal match with Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes, new world champion once again. Cena lost the belt. My prediction right now with this is I see Cena versus Brock Lesnar one last time. It has to be for his retirement. Or this is it for Cena. He's done for the rest of the year. I don't know that. Okay? I don't know what the stipulations are in his contract. But he lost the belt back and Cody won it. And he went back to his old style of John Cena, the way he is, as a baby face and whatnot. Got away from that Rock mentality of the final boss and all that BS that was going on. Sold his soul to the Rock. Okay, that kind of thing. But Paul Levesque, Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, and the rest of the people, Bruce Pritchard and whomever, that put all this together, you need to be complimented tonight. Because this was one heck of a surprise at the end of this night. Okay? Unfortunately, Jacob Fatu lost to Solo Sikoa. I saw that coming because of all the interference from his gang. All right? That was a debacle. But I got to tell you, the tag team match, ladder match, wasn't a bad match. In fact, it was quite exciting. There was a lot going on there. Okay? And I thought it was pretty interesting. It turned out that way. Rhea Ripley, once again, disappointed. She lost in the triple threat match with Io Sky, and Naomi retains. Dirty Dom retains. Every time I think the Judgment Day's going down, they end up still winning. So, despite the fact that the women lost their tag team belts last night. All right, so I figured, you know what? Maybe Dom will lose. It's going to be a disappointing week for the Judgment Day. It didn't turn out that way. All right. And then Becky Lynch won. She beat Lyra Valkyria. Lyra is no longer permitted to compete for the Women's Intercontinental Belt as long as Becky Lynch is the champion. Okay, so I want to let everyone know that stipulation. All right. So, but it was a good second night all across the board. Okay, it was a good second night. I thought it was the matches were very interesting. And at the end of the night, Brock Lesnar comes out. And F5's John Cena after he was through a brutal match. Now, my question is, here now, and here's the suspicious question for everybody, is the fact of the matter, is Brock Lesnar going to stay long term? Or is he just making some one appearance, make his $1 million and go home? Because those of you who don't know, he makes $1 million per appearance. Okay, Goldberg makes $1 million for his appearance. All right. A lot of these part-time wrestlers make that kind of money. All right. But again, the night was good. Dirty Dom, well, beside that, he pulled off some stunt to win his belt back. Of course, you knew that was coming. That's why he's Dirty Dom. Okay. So it was an interesting evening. It really was. It wasn't a bad night. The matches were great. Again, I'll recap for you. Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Naomi. That ended up being Naomi ended up retaining her title. And then you had the tag team ladder match and the Wyatt Six retain. Okay. And then you had Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. And Becky retains. And then you had Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa. Solo retains. Dirty Dom, AJ Styles, Dirty Dom retains. And then, last but not least, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes gets the belt back. Brock Lesnar comes in and does his thing. Okay? So, tune into Wrestle Talk with myself and Smoke and Jim Frazier Tuesday, 5 p.m. Oh my gosh, we're going to have a lot to talk about from this weekend SummerSlam. Okay? Slammiversary's coming up with, TNA's latest pay-per-view's coming up. And when do you hear what match, and I'll tell you on Wrestle Talk on Tuesday, is going to happen. Bound for Glory. One last time. Where do you see this match? 2 great Hall of Fame tag teams. Okay? One's in the Hall of Fame. The other one's going to be there eventually. Okay? But right now, one's in the Hall of Fame. It's the only hint I'm going to give you, and you'll see what happens. That's coming up for Bound for Glory for TNA Wrestling. AEW, on the other hand, Dustin Rhodes lost his belt to the Don Callis family. That Carter or Hukata or Jakarta or whatever his name is beat him. All right, rumor has it Dustin's coming to the WWE to finish out his career. And I hear the Hardys are coming to finish out their career. Everybody wants to see him to finish out their career in the WWE. Okay? I would love to finish my media career in the WWE, which you never know could happen. All right? So, but I just want to let you know that. Just some scheduling coming up Tuesday, 4 to 5 p.m., the Sports Corner Show with me, Ralph Williams, Smoke, and Jim Frazier. I'm going to try, I'm working on getting Noah Howells on to talk about the pirate trades, and I'm going to work on getting Emmett Mahan from the Draft Nation group to come on and talk about Penn State football. And then the week after, I'm going to work on getting Shane Stettmiller on, who covers West Virginia football. And we're going to see what Richie Rod and the West Virginia Mountaineers are up to. Wednesday, don't forget Ralph's Opinion, the way I see it. Lots to talk about, as always. This Ralph's Opinion is going to be very interesting. And I'm going to call it the rise and fall of Las Vegas. If you watch and follow my social media platforms, you will see that I have been posting some Vegas videos for you to look at. And the reason I've been doing that is because it's going to lead into the way I see it when I'm beating up Rick Mahan, the mayor of Ocean City, for gouging people when they come down here to Ocean City. All right? And I want Rick Mahan to take a look at what Vegas is looking like right now when you gouge people. $100 for a buffet. We'll talk about that Wednesday on Ralph's Opinion. A little different show. And don't forget the good, the bad, and the ugly of Trump. It's getting ugly again for President Trump. He's talking about submarines on the coast of Russia. And this other stuff with these notes and all that. Oh, it's every time you turn around, there's something with President Trump. So the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the rise and fall of Las Vegas. Because I'm going to tell you some stories about Las Vegas, because I've been to Vegas. Okay, and I'll tell you some stories about what it was like in the 90s compared to what it's like now, considering what I've seen. Okay, all right? And I'm going to be beating up Ocean City's Mayor Rick Mahan and more for the way I see it. That's coming up. And also, please don't forget the triple header of Ralph Saturday, every single Saturday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., the Ralph Williams, Tony Moreno Show, Western Pennsylvania, 12:50 a.m., The Answer, 92.5 on the FM dial. And you can watch all across the country and around the world, including here in Ocean City. You can watch, or you can listen to the Ralph Williams, Tony Moreno shows. We beat up Mayor Gainey, City of Pittsburgh, get into some stuff that's going on. I might be living here in Berlin, Maryland, but let me tell you what, I'm still a Pittsburgher at heart. All right, so that's that. And then 10 a.m., YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter X platform, and the Kick platform, and the Huddle Sports Network. And please don't forget, all sports programming and the Wrestle Talk Show are all on the Huddle Sports Network. And also will be uploaded onto Amped Up Sports' website as well. All right, so I just wanted to remind you of that. And then also Saturday, 10 a.m., the Saturday Sports Show with me, Leo Haggerty, and guests of our choosing. 10 a.m., YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter X, the Kick Network, and also on the Huddle Sports Network. And then 2 o'clock p.m. on Saturday is the Sports Corner radio show with me, Ralph Williams, Smoking Jim Frazier, Claudia Rosano, Luther Dupree. Best show in Pittsburgh. We're beating the ratings up. We're beating up on the big guys. And guess what? It's going to continue to happen. And I got one more good thing, news for you. Wait till you see what I got coming for RW Media Productions. And also, don't forget about what else I got coming for the our contract has been renewed with AM 1250. I will be signing the paperwork in October. I had some discussions with the station. The media company involving the station try to do a few things, but this station, unlike the other one I was on, went to bat for me. And I want to give them kudos for that. Okay? Went to bat for me. All right? Unlike the other station that my show was on. I just want to let you know that as well. I'm Ralph Williams. This has been the Ralph Report Wrestling Edition. We're brought to you in part by our studio sponsor, Mata Heating and Air Conditioning, 724-2010-500. Mata Heating and Air Conditioning, call in Western Pennsylvania. They're our studio sponsor here at Studio 10 in Berlin, Maryland. And also, we are brought to you by Mike Dotson Realty, area code 410-596-1681. Call Mike Dotson today if you're interested in any kind of real estate or any kind of rental property or any kind of rental, short-term rental. Call Mike Dotson today. That number again is area code 410-596-1681. Mike Dotson Realty. I'm Ralph Williams. Have yourself a great night and please be safe.